there's no going back.
She's a beast.
Hey, I'm Juicy J. I'm the guy that does the rap in this song. There's a big hit for Katy Perry. Yo, it's called Dark Horse. But that's not important right now. Did you know that the Mike's Daily Podcast is completely independently created and produced? That's right. That's pretty cool. Did you know just about every podcast you listen to is part of a huge network operation or just lifted off of a radio station? Did you know big name podcast players like iTunes and Stitcher show only the podcasts that pay for the advertising of and big names and television film? I got no money for doing this song. Please do what you can to support independent podcasters. That's all I'm saying. And now, Mike's Daily Podcast.
This show is clean, pretty much.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 813. Hello, it's Mike Matthews broadcasting from the last place on earth, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California today. I am very, very pleased to speak to the Seattle band LOWLANDS with Tom Rorem on the segment Into an Interview. Plus, we hear from Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, the Brewmaster, and your next job might be
Mike's Daily Podcast
at Home Depot. That's our news story. You don't want to fight me.
Mike's Daily Podcast
Because I am really good at throwing books at you. At a library, I will never go to a restaurant run by Guy Fieri. And I really enjoyed at the Grammys, Sam Smith, when you pick up a ham, you should really use a ham mitt. And gosh, I cry at little films.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Yes, I do sometimes. But that blowhard Brian Williams,
Mike's
he is finally
Daily
having to
Podcast.
deal with making up.
Yeah!
I tell you, you can read the news like this and always get a bunch of people watching you and get good ratings. But at some point, people will go, "Stop yelling, Brian!" Look who just walked in. Hi, Mike. It's Benita, the rodeo queen. How y'all doing?
As a disgruntled fiddle player, tell you what.
What?
I cried at a little movie called Old Yeller.
Yeah, that was sad. Anytime you have animals die in a movie, it just gets me. Ugh. Actually, we discussed that today on the interview that I do with Tom Rorem of the band LOWLANDS, because he has a song that involves a sad animal death tale, but it's actually about so much more. We'll talk to him in a little bit. Look who else just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. I make the root beer. I'm the brewmaster. Oh, boy.
Brewmaster, do you have any root beer that you make from the tears of a crying, disgruntled fiddle player?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, what's it called?
It's called I'm Sad Root Beer.
That's a creative name.
Yeah.
You know, what I was breaking it down today in my mind, and I was thinking, what is it? What is it that really makes me cry? And I thought, the thing that always gets me, because I don't cry much, but what just has a total impact on me is when something is ending. I think that's probably one of the biggest thing for all of us is an end. And it's really strange when there is an end, because you often see the ironies involved. You see things like, oh my gosh, I never appreciated this, or how did I not see that? There's a enlightenment that goes on at the end, and I think that somehow creates tears.
Well, Mike, that was profound.
Like the death of Old Yeller.
Oh, spoilers.
Sorry. Mike, I think that was very true what y'all said, but I cry when I watch Oprah. She's not on TV anymore. What? She's not on. Oh my God, that's the ending for me, Mike. And now I see the ironies that I didn't appreciate Oprah as much. Now I'll never see her again. She has her own TV network. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go watch it. Bye, Oprah's the best. I'm sad, Root Beer.
Yeah, Mike, it's gonna be the next big thing. Oh boy.
Disgruntled Fiddle Player, you must cry a lot to create enough tears to make a root beer.
Well, I've been crying a lot lately hearing Brian Williams is gonna be off television forever.
That's not true. He's going to be back. Watch. He's going to get hired by Fox News.
Oh, well, then I can't wait. Brewmaster, I can't make your root beer anymore. Oh, no. It's an ending. I'm going to cry.
Let those feelings out, Brewmaster.
Oh, great. Now I got more tears for my root beer. Oh, boy.
Oh, great. A plot resolution. Let's hear it for plot resolutions. Yeah, so Sam Smith won a bunch of Grammys. We were talking about the Grammys on yesterday's show. I just wanted to point out how odd it is. You know, I guess some people have talked about this, but how Sam Smith and Adele are so alike. Both of them thanked the man that broke their hearts, that created the song that got them the Grammys. Adele, her whole album 21 and big hits like Rolling in the Deep and Someone Like You, inspired by a breakup. Sam Smith, Stay With Me, inspired by a breakup. She swept the Grammys. He swept the Grammys. They're both British, both very soulful. It's amazing. Did Adele release an album and win a bunch of Grammys without us knowing it? Is she really Sam Smith?
Impossible.
So that's another interesting thing that I found out about today about Home Depot. The nation's largest home improvement retailer says it has started to hire more than 80,000 seasonal workers for the spring selling season and their busiest period. Yes, this is when we do the home improvement stuff, when the weather gets nice. This according to the Chicago Tribune. The hiring comes as the Atlanta-based company is moving beyond a huge data breach last fall that affected 56 million credit and debit cards. Home Depot reported in November that its third quarter profit rose 14% on rising sales. And apparently that proves that the faith in Home Depot by its customers has not gone away. Their stock has risen more than 40% in the past year. Typically, more than half of Home Depot's spring seasonal workers stay on. And for most retailers, the holiday shopping season, which spans November to December, is their busiest season. But for Home Depot and other home improvement stores, it's the spring selling season that's the biggest sales generator as shoppers spruce up their lawns and work on their homes. The broader employment picture hasn't been better in years. This past Friday, a federal report showed that the past 3 months have seen hiring at the most robust pace in 17 years. In the spring, Home Depot is giving its sales associates 40,000 web-enabled devices to speed checkout and help associates find products, check inventory, or explain product features. So that's when you go to the Home Depot, which I believe if you have a dog, you're allowed to bring your dog into a Home Depot. And when you see that guy with the apron on, or the woman, they will be having probably this device in their hand that can answer your question even quicker. Wow. Should I have read that story like Brian Williams, who yells and talks slowly? And why is his daughter so hot? The daughter from the show Girls. It's odd. Anyway, email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. What you think of all that, of Sam Smith, of Home Depot, of Brian Williams, of crying. I guess we're coming to the end of this segment. It's a little bit sad, and I see the ironies that I didn't see before. It's making me cry. But I'll get over it. And watch a bunch of the Oprah channel. Email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. We read your comments on the section emails from email. And you can also email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show or if you'd like to sponsor the show.
Buck, I heard yesterday that you say also a lot. We're also.
Yeah, I do. And I found out my other crutch, we were talking about crutches yesterday, is what have you. I say what have you a lot when I'm trying to express and other things.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
And Floyd yesterday, and he revealed he invests in buckets because he's a floor man.
Well, yeah, he needs to put his mop in a bunch of buckets I could see that. That makes sense. That's cool. You know, I'm feeling like you're letting me talk a lot on this show today, and that I'm picking up a lot of the burden on today's show. So I should be justly compensated.
Justly compensated?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Justly compensated.
Well, I'll let you have the rest of my Matthews Chino.
Oh, joy.
Mike'sDailyPodcast.com is where you can go to catch all the links to the show. That, like, we're on iTunes. You can listen to us there and subscribe to us and rate the show there. If you do that, more people find out about us, and we don't languish in obscurity as much. I am on YouTube. The link to where to find us on YouTube is at Mike'sDailyPodcast.com. The link to find us on SoundCloud, TuneIn, Stitcher, Podomatic, Mixcloud, and Spreaker. You can hear us on all of those platforms, and the links to all of those at Mike'sDailyPodcast.com. Like the Facebook page. When I post a new show, share it with your friends, and more people find out about us that way. It's a great way to support the show. The links to where to find us on Twitter, Instagram, Yelp, and Tumblr are at Mike'sDailyPodcast.com. The blog, the past interviews, the podcast picture at Mike'sDailyPodcast.com. And finally, the Amazon link to the Amazon. When you're buying anything on there, you can go through that link at Mike'sDailyPodcast.com, and that helps support the show.
Into an interview.
Kelsey, what? Yeah, no? Tom. Hi, Tom.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well.
I don't have a camera, so
you do?
So I can either look at your beautiful red facial hair and glasses, and you can just imagine my not red hair, goatee, glasses.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to meet you. I love this. Your band is amazing.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
And you're from Seattle.
I'm from Seattle. Yeah, live here in Seattle. Been here about 4 years now, and love it very much. So,
where did you come from before Seattle?
Yeah, so actually, I grew up in the Northwest. I grew up in Olympia, Washington, which is about an hour south of here, and but I went to school in the Midwest. I went to school in Chicago at a small liberal arts college there called North Park University, and then after college wanted to move back into the Pacific Northwest. So I moved to Seattle.
Were you doing music in the Chicago area?
A little bit. I was pretty busy with school, but I tried to get out as much as possible while I was in school, and so would go to open mics and try and play shows. But it was a tough. Chicago's a little more cutthroat than Seattle when it comes to the music scene there.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that. Oh, that looks like a nice beer. What is that beer?
Yeah. Oh, actually I'm drinking out of the appropriate glass. It's the black IPA from 21st Amendment Brewery.
That's right over here.
Yeah.
Just across the bay in San Francisco.
Yep.
And I hear they're building a brewery in the East Bay too.
Oh, that's cool.
So when you come down here and tour, you can go to 2 21st Amendments.
Yeah, I'm all over that. I would love that.
Which adds up to 42 amendments.
Yeah.
That looks like a delicious beer, and you have some great beer in Seattle too.
We do, yes. Yeah. But 21st Amendment, I just discovered them this year, and they're becoming quickly one of my favorites, for sure.
What is the best beer or coffee in your area?
Oh man, that's a tough question. So there's a small brewery that has opened up this past couple of years called The Stoop, and they don't distribute at all. It's like it's very like hyper local, but they have some of my favorite beer.
The Stoop, I like that name.
Yeah, Stoop, The Stoop, and
if you drink a lot of it, you get stupid.
Yeah,
it puts you in a stupor.
Yeah, very much so.
While you're drinking it, sitting on the stoop. There's so many ways you can go with this. Oh,
you could be eating soup while drinking some Stoop beer on the stoop, while getting stupid. Man, it just keeps going.
They need you to write a jingle.
They should. I should give them my business card.
Oh, excellent. So Stoop, I'm going to try that when I go to Seattle next time.
Yes, you should.
And I noticed that you played at Connor Byrne Pub. I've been there. Yeah,
That's one of my favorite little spots in here. They've got a great vibe. It's a cool place.
I almost played at the open mic, but they couldn't get my name on the list. It's like that list fills up so quick.
Yeah, you got to be there like at least 10, 15 minutes ahead of time, if not a half hour before the sign-ups start to get on the list.
And it's got a neat bar and a stage, and there's great music. I mean, you perform there. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, how did the band Lowlands get together?
Well, that's a kind of a long story, so I'll try and keep it as short as possible. So I actually started the band 4 years ago when I moved out to Seattle. Initially, I brought a friend of mine who was playing music with me in college and convinced him to move out. So we started the band just over 4 years ago. And then it's had many variations. So it started as kind of a duo group, just him and I, and it was, guitar, piano, kind of folksy. And then we added a band. And then about a year later, he wasn't happy here, wasn't really happy playing music, so he decided to leave. And so we left the band, and then I kind of took a hiatus from it and then started the band again. So, and this current setup is actually new for us as well. So I got a drummer and a bass player who still play with me today, and then we got a piano player, and then this summer the piano player moved on to do other things, and so we got another piano player and added a fifth member with a lead guitar player. So this current setup with all five of us, we've only been playing since July, really.
Okay.
Like early August, actually. So.
And that's a lot of people, 5 members. How do you guys keep from going insane?
Well, we keep each other grounded. It definitely, it's not, I think we all have other stuff going on. So pretty much we spend time only playing music, which it works out. But we're all really laid back and pretty really easy to get along with. So
that's a definite, and the beer.
Yes, and the beer. Beer definitely helps.
That is such a dark beer. Is that a stout? Wait, what did you say it was?
It's an IPA. It's just a brewed with darker malts. So it looks like a porter, but tastes like an IPA.
That looks like the best beer ever. It's better than Duff's.
Yep. It's good.
I don't know why when I go into a Homer voice I feel the need to yell. It's weird. That and my Brian Williams voice.
Yeah.
Tom Rorem is a different sort of musician. Let's talk to him now. I've been fired from NBC.
My gosh. Yeah.
I love the album The Whale, and it's your new album, and I wanted to play the song The Whale. And you say in it, I fell into darkness, and there's that sad thing about a whale in it. And it's a great song. Where did it come from?
Yeah, so it was inspired by a book, actually. So I'm a part of a cool little book club here in Seattle called the Bushwick Book Club. And it's a cool organization. They get musicians and songwriters to read a book and write a song, and then they do performances. So I've been doing it for the past couple of years, and 2 of the songs on the record are actually from Bushwick shows, which has been exciting. So it's been, good source material. But this book was a really heavy book. It's called She's Come Undone, and it's about this girl who kind of just has a rough life and goes through life. Her dad's abusive. Her mom gets killed in a freak accident. She gets, raped as a 13-year-old, and then she gains a bunch of weight and then loses that weight. And it's a kind of the story of her finding herself, and really it's a coming of age story. And it is redemptive at the end, so it doesn't end totally depressing, but it's kind of a heavy song. So yeah, so there's some heavy imagery in the song, but
it's a beautiful song. It's
Thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I want to play it right now. This is the title track from Lowlands' new album, The Whale, and you can find out more about them at wearelowlands.com and also lowlands.bandcamp.com. And what's your Facebook?
I believe it's Lowlands Music. If you look up Lowlands on Facebook, you'll find us.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm sneaking over to it is the Lowlands Music. You're right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And here is The Whale on Mike's Daily Podcast. That's The Whale by Lowlands as we go outside of the last place on earth where we're bringing you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley, California. Tomorrow, part 2 of my Into an Interview with Seattle's Lowlands.
And here's today's podcast picture.
And the picture is of the band Lowlands. You can see that now at mikesdailypodcast.com. Mike, I watched a bunch of Oprah and now I feel a whole lot better because I was watching her network. Why do that? Why not go to a library and read? As you heard, I love to go to libraries and throw books at people that want to fight me. Yeah, that's strange. Do you guys go to Guy Fieri restaurants?
Well, Mike, tell you the truth, Guy Fieri is an idol of mine. I mean, the guy is a great cook. He makes things that are utterly delicious. And he goes to pretty cool restaurants. And when I watch his show, I'll get really hungry.
Yeah, Mike, and then I try and make the food that Guy Fieri is looking at. And oftentimes, I make something completely different. Benita, that's how I am with recipes. Like, they'll tell me what to do, and then I'm like, nah, I'll do something else. And then I've made something else. I haven't made what's on the recipe.
Mark, that's called improvisation. Or not following the directions.
Yeah, both of those sound like fun. Next show, part 2 of my Into an Interview with the band Lowlands. Plus, we will hear from Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Darn, that's the end.
Mark, you know, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
Such a sad song.
Well, then sing a Crowded House song.
And the insects swarm in the lowlands.
Okay, that's enough.